Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be working now on the Module 3 assignment, the vacation planner, coding this in Python, of course. And I'm going to take this one step at a time here. Let's read the description really quick first. Basically, the basic goal is to create an application that manages stops on a vacation. And how ironic, because I'm leaving for one sort of tomorrow. It's a combination of work and vacation, but anyhow, we want to create basically a function called get menu option. Now, we just did that in lab 4, so we can really copy that approach real heavily on this. So this is a hint, right? This function should give the user the following options. One, to add a stop, list the current stops that we've already determined, clear all the stops. That's one that we haven't learned yet. So we are going to learn a new function for lists, by the way, which is basically the clear function. It's a very simple one. And then end the program. This function should return an integer with the menu option. So the application should continue to ask users for menu options until they select 4 to exit the program. The menu options should do the following respectively: append input to a list of vacation stops. Well, I think we kind of already said this. Print out each of the stops. If there are no stops, list the message to inform the user there are none, right? We did that with the music thing also. And then with the third option, the current list should be erased. Here is a sample run and output if you want to do it like this. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. Back over in Visual Studio Code, I have preemptively made a new folder, and I do want to talk about this a little bit. So like for people who are, you know, taking this as a class with me, you know, I always like harp on the file management because I feel these days it's a skill that's kind of waning. And I always tell my students as IT professionals or aspiring IT professionals, it's unacceptable for you to not know how to manage your files. So always start with file management. I created a separate folder for the assignment, right? I don't want to intermingle that with my lab assignments because that's a separate submission, right? Like the module 3 labs, which you see here, I would zip those all together for submission. And then I would create a screenshot document separately, maybe even outside the folder, that you don't zip into that. You submit the screenshot document separately. Attach the screenshot document first, then your zip file. The screenshot document should have snapshots of all your code, along with labeling and description of what you were doing and successes or challenges. A screenshot of the code successfully executing. And then after you submitted that document like that, then you take the zip file and attach it to the submission. And I just want to reiterate that because there's enough people not doing it that way that I feel compelled to record it in. All right, so let's go ahead and start with, well, we're going to need a list to hold all the stops that we're going to have. So I'm just going to create a blank list called stops. These are stops along our vacation, square brackets, right? Empty list. Now we're going to set up our menu. And yeah, I'm doing this in hurry up fashion here, folks, because this is the solution, right? You should be working on this on your own. This is my solution to it. So here's the menu I developed. So vacation planner, add a stop, list the stop, clear all stops, right? If you want to make it beautiful and put ASCII art in there, go for it, right? Very similar to what we did in module 3, lab 4. Right. We will need the while loop at the very bottom to steer the program, kind of like we did last time. I'm calling, you know, depending on which menu option they choose, I'm calling functions that I have not created yet, right? But I'm going to create those. So 1 will add a stop, 2 will list the stops, 3 will clear the stops, 4 or any other value will get us out of the program. I also like to put in some sort of a closer. I don't know why I always feel compelled to do this. Program complete, I think, is nice because then people know it's over. Right. Might even put another blank line at the bottom, whatever. Whatever messages you want to put in, make it look pretty, do it. Now we need to get the functions in there. So let's start first with add a stop. This is a pretty simple one. We're just going to prompt and say, hey, stop. All right. And then we'll append it. We're not doing a loop here, by the way, right? So we're just, every time they want to add one, oh, hey, I want to add another one, they go to the menu and type it. This will add it to the end of the list. Then we also want to see the stops. So here's the function for that. So first I'm just giving it a little header, right? Stops. And then I'm checking to see if the length of the stops is greater than 0, then I'll put it to the screen. If it's not, you need to add stops first, and then I point them back up here. Same thing we did with the music app, almost identical, right? Or actually pretty identical. It's good logic, right? Like if, hey, you're looking for this, but it's not there, why don't you add some? And then once you get past that point, and let's say the logic, you do have stuff in the list, then it's just going to output them. So for each stop in the stops list, we're going to output it to the screen. Then finally, we need just one more function, which is the one to clear it. And and really this code is so short, it's kind of silly to almost make it a function, but hey, why not? We just issue the clear command. So this is another list function that allows you to take what you have on your list right now and clear it out. So like you use this program for the trip you're about to take, but then you want to reuse it for a different trip. And then this does the clearing and gives a message indicating that it happened. All right, so that's the complete program. So let's just kind of review all the code. So blank list, the menu, adding, listing, clearing, the loop that runs everything, and then a termination message. All right, I'm going to save it, and now I'm going to get the console up here, go big screen on it. And let's get it so it makes sense. So here's our vacation planner, and let's try to add a stop right over here. We go. All right. Stop. I'm going to add another stop. I want to see my stops. Yeah, what did I do? I pressed 3. I cleared them all. Okay, I got to add. So, all right, I cleared them all, and it actually wasn't quite so accidental. Now I'm going to list them, but there's nothing there. So now they're make me add it all over again. So all right, let's do it again. Memphis. What did I say? Little Rock. Leeds. Okay, so those are now let's take a look. So we're listing 2. There it is. Memphis, Little Rock, New Orleans. Looks good. Hey, I got one more stop I want to add. Let's list them again. Hey, oh, I just thought another stop. Yeah, how about another one? How about the and maybe one more. Let's list them all. And then let's end the program. Okay, Okay, so this is proof that it works. Um, we proved that clear worked earlier. We also proved that if we looked at the list when it was blank, it prompts me to add stuff. Um, and that's the program, folks. That's the solution. Um, and this video is done. Remember, if you want to get updates on new videos popping up into YouTube, remember to hit subscribe. Um, and I will see you guys in the next video.